Howdy all, and welcome to part 3 of my playthrough series of Conan Exiles Enhanced. If you watched the last episode, you know that what I did is I left Noob River, ran up to Sepper Maru, which is behind me there, climbed a bunch of towers to get a bunch of things from the loot chests, and then came out here to start building my first base. Out in this area called the Oasis of Nurket, which I think is a really great place for having a starter base if you want to take advantage of some of the things that the Funcom developers have left in the game, like all of the loot you can get out of those loot chests. Since then, off camera, I've done 4, maybe 5, I think it's 5 loops around those chests, including ones I didn't show you, the ones that are over in the temple quarter. When I go looking for fighters and crafters to recruit for my workers, my thralls, then you'll see what that area is if you don't know what the temple quarter is in that side of the city of Sepper Maru. I gathered enough stuff that you can see I had to make 3 wooden chests. This one has a bunch of random things. I did manage to get 3 Lotus Orbs, but only 3. A bunch of lighting, which I'm going to be using, and a few other cool things. This one is all the tools and weapons that I picked up. I'm keeping perfected steel maces, a bunch of them, depending upon what type of fighter I get as a thrall, perfected steel poignards, a bunch of different types of both steel picks and the Acheronian or Acheronian picks, a whole slew of pickaxes I got. The reason I'm keeping so many of these is that I will not know how to repair anything at, like steel is the lowest level of stuff I've grabbed, anything at the steel level for many, many levels of my character. So I'm basically going to have to, once they're done, like you can see down there in my hotbar, the pick at slot 2 and the sickle at slot 6 are almost completely used up. I've got to throw them away when they're done. The third box has a whole bunch of building material and a few other things that, a few other tools that basically this one is all full up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish out this starter base. I took away those walls that I had left up there. And I might have to do a little juggling. I might be a little close here. I might have to go that direction. Anyway, we'll see. So if I bring up my construction hammer and then go to building pieces, you see I go to Flotsam. That's Argosian. I don't know that yet. There we go. Flotsam. I don't have as many as I thought, but I do have plenty of material to make. Can I get close enough? Yes. Now the question is, can I get close enough, or am I too close? Okay, I can do that. All right. So let's go back to square foundations, and then I'm going to, again, cap off the end, and I'm going to create little kickouts here. All right, now I want to, if I know how, do I? I don't. All right, let me see if I'm a high enough level to learn how to do that. I want to put down fence foundations around. Oh, I can. Do I have enough? Oh yeah, I've got plenty enough points. I do want pillars as well. That's struts. I'll do struts. Yeah, those vertical decorative beams and so on that you can craft at a carpenter's bench. So I don't really need those, but All right, so now what I want to do is put sandstone fence foundations as essentially decoration. And make sure I get them at the same height all the way around. Around here. And that's not the only use of sandstone I'm going to be using in this build. It is going to be mostly flotsam. Oh, that's why. Let's try that again. That looks better. It is going to be mostly flotsam, but there will be some sandstone. Why aren't you... Huh. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes it needs connections at both sides to be able to properly place... Okay, that's all set. All right. I am going to put plain sandstone walls at the end of these kickouts, and then flotsam windows everywhere else except for where the doors are going to go. So let's get those windows in place. I said, there we go. Come on. You can do it. And then doors or doorways. And as Angar often says, 2 doors are the way to go, so that in case a follower comes up and blocks the door, as they always do, you don't have to move them around. You can just go to the other door. All right, now I think I'm going to go ahead and build... Oh, I don't want that there. I want that there, and now square ceilings. And because we're starting to run into a problem with support, we'll put center pillars down underneath all of those, because I want another row of ceilings out here. I'm not sure if I do 3 or 4. I think I do 4 to start with. Wow. Okay. I just went through... oh, I didn't. I'm just not close enough. Or I'm too far away. Alright, well. Let's put a box right there. Well, now we know what the limit is of distance for being able to craft right out of a box. Alright, let's select pillar. Okay. And we're going to go with sandstone stairs on either end here. Just because, for some reason, the sandstone is so much more orange here, and I just really like that orange against the brown of the wood. A throwback to my childhood in the 70s. And we're going to put corner pillars. I said we're going to put... Oh, I already put one there. In these spots, basically to give me something... Let's see. That's right in the middle. There we go. Something to hang lighting off of. We're also going to put pillars there. We're going to put... It's going to get close. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to finish out exactly what I want with this particular... so what I'll do is I'll do this a little differently than what I had originally planned. Let's see. Hopefully now I have enough to do the roof. And for that I'm going to go back to sandstone. Oh yeah. Plenty of roofing material. And one there, one there, one there, and one there. Oh, nope, not one there, one there. And the rest of them are all going to be some version of wedges. All right, why did you just not... There we go. Come on. All right. Come on, stop. And we'll do the same over here. And we'll work all the way around until we get to... this point. Now we need to put inverted sloped corners, which sometimes can be a real pain in the butt. Oh, no, no. All right, let's see if it works better. Huh. Why is that not... Pretty sure I tested this out on another character, and that's what goes in there. And it works just fine. All right. You're going to be a pain, aren't you? Wow. Oh, you know what? I wonder if... I need to get rid of those corner pillars first. All right, let's try to put that back there. I said... doesn't seem to have anything to do with the corner pillars. All right, what about you? Why aren't you going in? Wow. I literally just tested this. This exact build on a different character. Oh, 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 nope. All right, so what is... Was that not a corner build there yet? So if I put that right on that corner, that's indicating that that's not the fit that's supposed to be there. Let's try it again. Okay, this is just mind-boggling. Oh. All right, let's put those guys in place and see what happens if we build All right, now let's go back. There's one. There we go. All right, I'm glad it works. That wasn't the order in which I put things. In the last build. Now let's see if they stay there if I take out these two middle ones. Yes. All right. Now I can climb up here and not fall off. So we want the end caps. Regular rooftops. And then I'm going to go with the intersections. And that's why I took out those two pieces, because I want it's to function essentially like skylights. It doesn't really bring in any light. But also having these here. Now, I'm going to, I think, experiment with replacing those those ceilings with sandstone ceilings. Oh, and it left the other ones there. Okay. Oh, those do have wood. All right, just because I think the stone might reflect a little bit more of the light. All right, now I bet I don't have enough wood to be able to do... Yeah, I definitely don't have enough. I'll put a few of them down. And I'm out of wood. All right. Without wasting a lot of time showing you chopping down trees, I do want to make sure that I get to finish... That's not the right one. That's the right one. uh, finish this basic build. So I'm going to chop down some trees. Sorry for the excitement here, folks. I can see what a thrill it must be to watch me whack at trees with a hatchet. But again, I do want to make sure I can get this basic base build all done. I'm trying to remember. I did do survival shelter. Okay. Like, if I'm doing all of this building and I'm not in the journey step for survival shelter, I'm going to be rather ticked at myself. Oh, but I gained a level. I did utilize that one lasting feast that I had when I was running around to the chests and then running around gathering all of these resources off camera. So unfortunately, I don't have that extra boost to my carrying capacity, but I still have a pretty decent carrying capacity. I'm not really over the limit. I'm going to keep whacking for another couple of trees, I think, which will get me right up to my carrying capacity limit. Again, just so I have enough. You notice up there in the upper left, that icon that shows my carrying capacity has turned red. I also have it set so that I can see the actual numbers, which is an option now that they've put into the new game, which I really like, which I didn't point out in my things I really like about the new game. I probably should have. All right, so let's go ahead and finish.
This is a reminder. Send weekly roundup email.
You know, I should remember to not do these at the time when I'm about to get an announcement from my Bezos spy device. Not sure if you guys heard that, but my Echo Dot told me that I needed to do something. All right, so now all right, and I do have enough so I can finish out all of these. And just for yucks, let's see, where I guess we'll put them underneath here. There, I'll give me a little extra support out here. All right, so the basic structure here is that, you know, it's essentially a very long box with a couple of kick-out bays here for putting different crafting stations and storage and so on. In fact, I think I'll put this right here, and I'll put that in there. We'll move these up. That's another weird thing. Sometimes when you open up and then close a box, it doesn't actually close the lid. And the reason I'm doing this in 2 stages is I don't want to... If you go too far, it just bounces back to where it was. And that's just annoying. if you go too far. If you try to move a placeable object too far from where it originally was, it will often just bounce back to where it was, and that's very annoying. That sounds better. All right, and let's move the fire, or the campfire as well. I'm about to call it a fireplace. That is not what it is. Let's see. That's eventually going to go, I think, over here. So let's, the stove is, I should say. So let's put that there. Did I pick up a bed? And I run out to check my boxes, which are over here. No, I can place the bedroll down. All right. So that's the basic structure of my base. This area out here is going to be where most of the crafting stations are, with the exception of things that for some reason I think need to be inside, like alchemist, cooking, the stove, the sorcerer, the thaumaturgy bench, and over here, I'll put my bed over here or somewhere. And in fact, that is the homesteader, right? Where you have to do bed shaper, bed, torchbearer, an artisan table. I need to craft a table and craft a chair. So you can't really do that until you've made a carpenter's bench, because the carpenter's bench needs to make shaped wood. So, have I learned all of that? Let's find out. I have not. Well, let's start with, let's learn all of them. Can't learn the Firebowl Cauldron yet. One more level. But I can do the blacksmiths. Alright, so let's change to the blacksmith journey. I unlocked it. I need to access or place a furnace, which I think I'm going to put right here. Let's get back to that. Let's go. I should have enough stone. I do. Oh, wow, for plenty of them. How close could I get? Right. Let's put it kind of that way, actually. There. All right. So I need to harvest ironstone. Guess what's right here? Actually, that might be so close that this coal is going to disappear once I get it. Ironstone. The stone that looks like a big pile of iron. Now, it says to harvest ironstone and next to obtain fuel. This used to be just harvest coal. Now it literally means you can get any kind of fuel, which is literally anything you can burn. And I'll go ahead and get this one, just see what happens here. In like 15 minutes when this respawns. I'm going to go get the rest of this ironstone over here. Because to make the blacksmith's bench, I need 50 iron bars. And I've got like 200, I think it's a 2-to-1? Iron stone to iron bar, so I should be able to have 100. Oh, there we go. All right. And I'm going to very, very slowly walk back. I went over my encumbrance. You notice how quickly my stamina bar is going down. That's because that was a sprint. This is a walk. When you're over encumbered, this is what happens when you quote unquote sprint. All right, let's get all of that in there. Turn it over to type. and then start, and it's going to start smelting a bar. I'll go and put this stone that came with it into my resource box. Oh, that's right. I had some leftover iron stone from harvesting all of that stone, because you will occasionally get iron stone out of just harvesting stone. So put that in there as well. I think I need to take this into my inventory to... Yes. And access or place a blacksmith's bench. So I will show you... I can't do it yet because I need... You can see there are 50 iron bars. I got plenty of stone. But we'll go ahead and just click on it so it knows it's the next thing I'm going to be making. And we'll wait for that to crank up to 50. And I'll go gather some more coal and ironstone, since it's right here. And I'll try not to get over encumbered, because I'm going to run around the corner over there. And that would be a very long walk back at over encumbrance. So we'll run this to the end of the blacksmith journey. And we'll call the video there. Which hopefully won't take too much longer, because it crafted 5 ironstone pretty quickly. I don't have my crafting turned up in my server settings. I've got my day-night cycle completely changed. The entire day lasts twice as long as normal, but the night lasts... goes by at, I think I've got it at 8 times. Oh, I am over encumbered. What are you talking about? All right, let's see if I split this guy and then just toss out half of it. There we go. But it's not like there isn't millions upon millions of stone outcroppings here for me to harvest. I'm at 32. Well, I'm getting there. All right, so let's go ahead and put the rest of this stone back in here. Yeah, see, that one I had accessed and it didn't close, so I'll do it again. And let's see. Now, what else can I do? Oh, you know what? I will put up some lights. Let's see. I got 6 of those, so... Let's put those in 5. So I'm going to put hanging braziers like close to the end here and here. And again, here and here. All right, it does look like you get a little bit more reflection off of the stone than off of that dark wood that were the other ceiling pieces. All right, so let's put you guys back. And let's take... I've only got 3... and 3 wall braziers. I'm not really sure I want to stick a wall brazier on any of these walls. Well, let's take 2 of the wall torches. And we'll put those, actually... do I have enough wood to do... I do. I do want to put decorative corner pillars back in place here. All right, so now let's go with the torches. We'll put one each there. Oh, and I'll put one on the outside here because I am definitely going to need lighting out here as well. All right, and let's see where I'm at with iron. All right, more than enough. I was going to grab it, and it's going to take me a little while to get used to this. I don't need to actually take it out of a crafting station or... I mean, I don't have enough... Okay. I definitely know I have enough. So let's put that away and then bring it back out. There we go. There's a little glitch there, folks. Funcom? Check into that. That's a little too much. There we go. And that way a little bit more. Oh, it twisted. Right there. As close into the corner as I can get. All right. And now I need to unlock the iron tools knowledge, which is right there. Craft an iron pick. Now it's interesting that in some things, if you've got a higher level of tool, like if I take this steel pick. Oh, it did consider it. Okay, all right. So it considered that the equivalent of crafting an iron pick. So I didn't have to waste any of my iron to actually make one. All right, and that is it for that journey. My rewards are I got plain weapon repair kit. I will find advanced weapon repair kits in Seppa Maru for days. So I definitely don't need that. But I will put it in here just for yucks. Now, we are at 37 minutes. Do I want to do... I'm level 14. I can. All right. I'm going to do one more thing real quickly, and that is I'm going to learn Thrall Taker. And I will start I will start finding and converting thralls in the next episode. But what I'm really here for is... Where do I want to put it? I want to put it out there. I need another 50, I think. Iron bars to make... Yes, I'm almost there. All right, I want to make a thrall pot. The reason is that until you can make, at level 43, the ice chests for refrigerated storage, this is the best way to keep food. And look, it went right to green as soon as I hit 50 iron bars. So there we go. This is the best way to keep food from spoiling. It isn't like a refrigerator, like an ice chest, in that it won't completely keep the food from going bad. It just delays it a lot. I thought I grabbed some other food. Apparently not. Do I have any... Oh, I don't have anything in there either. All right. Well, I will... Not that these things go... Actually, you know what? They don't go bad. Oh, they do. So I will put them in here because I do want to save them so I can use them when I get around to making the fluid press. All right, so we'll call that the video. Let's go on back out through. We've done the blacksmith journey, we've built the base, and that's it. All right, thank you all for joining me on this particular playthrough of Conan Exiles Enhanced. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. If you have any questions or comments on this or anything else in any of the series, or anything we do here at Nerd Caliber, please do leave it in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed and you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing and maybe clicking the notification bell icon so that you get notified when our new content goes up. That said, please do stay safe, be well, and bye-bye.